Today on People Now, Kanye West rants on Instagram. We'll tell you the latest.
Josh Groban finally responds to Katy Perry saying he's her long-lost love.
All the details about Geoffrey Owens' first days on the set of Tyler Perry's show following being job-shamed on social media.
I was on the best show on TV.
Tony Danza flashes back to the glory days during his time on the TV hit Taxi.
And Meghan Markle brings her mom along for her first royal event.
It's all today on People Now.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to People Now. We made it to the weekend.
Getting excited.
And we've got a pretty interesting headline for you today. It involves one celebrity who was seriously surprised to find out Katy Perry wrote her hit song, The One That Got Away, about him. We're going to get to that a little later, but it did get us wondering.
It did. We want to know, what's your favorite Katy Perry song? Is it the ultimate pump-up song, Hot and Cold? Maybe Firework, Roar? Or are you sticking to the tearjerker, The One That Got Away? I don't know.
Tears every time.
Yeah, so vote for your favorite Katy Perry song in our People poll, or just tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow.
Yep, we're going to check in on the results a little later in the show, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. Watch.
First of all, I want to address Nick Cannon. I understand that you used to date my wife, but, you get in an interview, don't mention my wife.
Nick Cannon is speaking up after Kanye West's social media rant. Kanye directly addressed Cannon on Thursday, telling him to stop talking about wife Kim Kardashian in interviews. In response, Cannon posted a series of videos of his own saying, "I've never said anything disrespectful or harmful, in my opinion, to your marriage or your union. I salute you, keep it going, but you're not going to tell me what I can and what I can't say." The rapper continued, adding, quote, "I'm a solid individual. Somebody asked me a question. I'm going to answer it to the best of my ability. Ain't no harm, no foul, but if it got your spirit feeling weird," as Kanye put it, "holler at me." Cannon followed up with a second video reminding Kanye and his followers that he'll never be silenced.
In all seriousness, man, I got nothing but love for you, but, I'm always speak my mind, just like you always speak yours. And, not you, not NBC, not no corporate infrastructures. No one is ever going to control what I say because I speak truth always.
There you have it. And Kanye also addressed rumors that Kim Kardashian previously hooked up with Drake, warning the Canadian rapper, "Don't make no record with nothing that can be confused." Fans have speculated that Kardashian is the Kiki named in Drake's popular song, In My Feelings, which we cannot stop singing. No response yet from Drake, but we'll continue to keep you posted on People.com. Law & Order SVU kicked off its 20th season at the Tribeca TV Festival in New York on Thursday. Two of the original legendary stars of the NBC crime drama hit the red carpet and opened up about the show's impact. Watch.
And really starting a conversation and taking sexual assault, domestic violence, and these issues that were traditionally swept under the carpet and people were afraid to talk about. And now we've been talking about it for 20 years, and the conversation is in full swing. And that's very exciting. I think the show has really been a huge part of the cultural education on sexual violence.
And another original cast member of the show, Ice-T, who joined the series at the end of the first season, admitted that he didn't realize the extent of the impact the show would have. Watch this.
Honestly, I didn't know that's what the show was when I got on it. I thought it was a cop show, And it took about a year or so of people saying thank you to realize that it was therapy for a lot of people. These are survivors. When you deal with a regular show where you're dealing with murders, the people are dead. In our show, the victims are still alive in most cases. So you start to understand that this thing has a little more weight than a normal show.
Spoiler alert, victim's still alive. Law & Order SVU returns to NBC on Thursday, September 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern. Now watch this.
We all remember this song, right? Well, did you know the sappy tune was actually written about Katy Perry's long-lost love, Josh Groban? It's crazy. The pop star previously revealed Groban was the star of the ballad during her infamous live stream last year, and now the singer is finally responding to her romantic gesture, saying on Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live, he's surprised she wrote the song about him. Watch.
It's very sweet of her to say that, and then I listened to the lyrics of the song and I'm just like, oh no, I never owned a Mustang. I don't have a tattoo. Are you sure that's about me? I'm very flattered by it, but I was very surprised by it.
Groban also revealed that the pair did date, but they were both very private about the romance and realized they were better off as friends. Still, Groban says Katy is the best, and when asked by Cohen if he would ever hit her up again, he replied, "I think we're both very taken at the moment, but we're still really good friends." Well, glad these two seem to be on the same page now, and it led to a very great song. And moving on to one A-lister who had the perfect response to some Instagram shade. Blake Lively is clapping back. A fashion Instagram account called Fashion Critic shared a pic from the UK premiere of her new film, A Simple Favor, with the caption, "It's suit number 1356 for Blake Lively." Well, Lively called out the account for the sexist comment in the caption, writing, "Would you note a man wearing lots of suits during a promo tour? So why can't a woman? Just saying, no double standards, ladies." She has a really good point. When the account wrote back that it was just, quote, "an attempt at humor," Lively responded once again saying, "Nothing but love. I don't expect everyone to like it. Fashion that creates a difference of opinions is the fun part. I totally understand the missed humor. I do the same thing sometimes. Just looking to encourage women to do what men do without being teased for it. Yes, even in a space as material as fashion, it all starts somewhere, and everyone's voice counts." Lively's fashion statement even goes back to the movie A Simple Favor. Her character Emily also has an affinity for menswear, so not bad promotion as well. Well, Tyler Perry is a man of his word. Just a few weeks after he tweeted a job offer for actor Geoffrey Owens, who went viral for his gig at grocery store Trader Joe's, Owens is on set in Atlanta for the OWN drama, The Haves and the Have-Nots. Cast members of the series have shared Instagrams with the Yale Drama School alum welcoming him to the team. Star of the Perry-produced drama, Edwina Finley, shared her excitement to be in scenes with Owens, posting, "Ooh, look who it is." Andrea Fuller also posted a pic and was sure to compliment his new castmate's work ethic and teased that the new role, quote, "showcases his acting chops perfectly." Owens has seen offers pour in since the initial photos were shared from the New Jersey supermarket. He told Good Morning America that at first he was, quote, "really devastated," but now sees the humor in the situation, saying, "I never would have imagined that in my wildest dreams, what's the way to get publicity? Take a job at Trader Joe's." It's one of my favorite stories that we've been talking about.
So good. Earlier on, he said that he didn't want to just sort of get pity jobs or anything like that. He's certainly earned it. He's had this incredible career. He went to Yale Drama School. I mean, the guy has the chops, and now they're being showcased. What a great turn of events.
He seems like such a great, humble guy, but also it's a little bit of sweet revenge. So I love the story so much.
It's so good. All right, guys, let's continue moving on to this now as we move forward in this.
We are moving on to some big baby news.
One fashionable baby bump.
A former Spice Girls getting down at London Fashion Week.
And who is Kourtney Kardashian dating now?
Here's more of what you might have missed this week. In case you missed it, bump, there it is. Jessica Simpson is pregnant, fabulous, and showing it all off on the gram. The singer announced she's expecting with a little help from her kids Maxwell and Ace. And surprise, it's a girl.
Jessica had baby fever back in April, but she told the press having a third kid would definitely be a miracle.
Looks like this little miracle is on her way. Congrats, Jessica. And even more baby news, Portia Williams is pregnant.
Portia and her boyfriend Dennis are expecting their first child together.
And it's been a long road.
She suffered a miscarriage back in 2012 when she was married to her ex, Cordell Stewart.
The reality star has been open about her struggles on the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
During the show, Portia underwent surgery to remove uterine fibroids, which can really affect pregnancy and fertility. She's telling everybody this is a dream come true.
The Kardashian sisters have been daydreaming about a new man for sister Kourtney, and it looks like their wish has come true.
They think he's a good guy for her, and he's very down to earth.
That guy is actor Luka Sabbat. The pair was spotted partying in Chicago, and friends say the reality star is head over heels.
A source tells people that all of Kourtney's friends love Luka, even though he's only 20 years old.
The new fling comes on the heels of Kourt's split with 25-year-old Eunice Benjamin, a relationship that was not entirely Kardashian approved.
Kourtney was very private about her relationship with Eunice, and that caused a lot of distance between her and her sisters.
Nobody bends it like this Beckham.
Victoria got down and dirty on the gram,
busting out her best posh spice moves at a party in her honor, marking a 10-year anniversary of her namesake clothing brand.
And she made her debut at London Fashion Week.
Just fabulous. New couple alert. Yes, honey. Jonathan Van Ness proudly showed off his boo on Instagram, and it's pretty clear love is in the air.
The Queer Eye star is dating rugby player Wilco Frontman.
A +1 worth 2 Emmy dates.
Jonathan brought Wilco to the Creative Arts Emmys on September 9th as well.
Looks like love to us.
All right, guys, stay with us. Tony Danza is talking about his new show, The Good Cop, and reflecting on his taxi days in honor of the series' 40th anniversary. Plus, we have the most buzzed about movies and TV shows that you need to watch this weekend. Stick around for that.
All right, but first, we are going to check in on our poll. We've been asking about your favorite Katy Perry songs in our People poll today, so let's take a look at our results so far. All right. Firework is leading. That's a pretty good lead there.
Honestly, I'm surprised it's not closer. Maybe that's because my girls make me listen to Roar 1,000 times a day, so I just assume that everyone loves that song.
I actually thought Hot and Cold would be a little better, but hey, there's still time.
All right. Get in there, guys. Vote. All right, we'll be back with the final results in just a bit, but now we move on to this.
This month marks the 40th anniversary since the first episode of Taxi. Now, iconic is an understatement when it comes to this show.
It won 18 Emmys in the 70s and 80s, launched the careers of some amazing young actors. You could even argue it set an example that classics like Cheers, Seinfeld, Friends, all those followed for decades after.
But 40 years ago kind of seems impossible. And when Taxi star Tony Danza stopped by People Now, he got a little emotional thinking about just how much time has passed.
There's a song I do in my act. There's a great line in it. He says, these memories, and then he says, because now I'm so aware of how life goes by at twice the speed of light. And it does. I mean, it's one of the things that makes me melancholy about how fast things go by. I just can't believe it's 40 years ago that I stepped on the stage at Paramount and I was like, you know, I didn't know where I was. And I got embraced by this great cast and the production. And, you know, again, I can't help but feel really blessed.
And I love how sincere he is. And Mary Lou Henner swung by the show a few weeks ago and let it slip that the popular cast had some pretty wild parties on the Paramount backlot back in the day. So when Tony was here, we had to fact check him about that statement and find out if she was telling the truth. Take a look.
What kind of party animal was Tony Danza in the day?
Oh my God. Well, you know, you think about it, it was the 70s and 80s in Hollywood. I was in my 20s. I had a series. I was on the best show on TV. It was a pretty good life.
Man, I wish I could be back then and like see how they partied
Yeah,
and stuff.
I know,
Stick around, we'll have more with Tony Danza talking about his new Netflix show in just a bit.
All right, guys, here we go. Moving on to Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley, shot to fame because of his role in the wildly popular Gossip Girl. And now 11 years later, the actor is taking on a much darker role in Lifetime's You.
He just sat down with People to talk about fame and his religion. He says the phenomenon of fame is literally invisible, but it influences and dominates your life if you aren't careful. He says, I had to learn how to accept it and accept that lots of people think they know me.
And he also reveals that diving into his religion, the Baha'i faith, helped him deal with fame at a young age.
He also says his faith helped him find love with singer Domino Kirk. The pair married in 2017.
And Badgley tells People, I don't think I could truly value human love until I developed divine love. Domino and I very much had a romantic beginning, but I think you discover in marriage that what sustains a marriage for decades, but I think it has something to do with divine love.
I like that. Penn turned back to his religion to help him emotionally get through playing his current role as a stalker bookstore manager Joe in You.
Yeah, he reveals, I'd pray a lot, I'd meditate. If anything, I was trying to understand the humanity of Joe because I hated him personally. The spiritual aspect helped me be unconcerned enough with the show having some kind of negative aspect on me, my soul, and my spirit.
Whatever he did, it worked because he is so creepy
it's so
in this.
eerie, but you gotta check it out. It's really good. He does a really good job playing a creepy character.
So watch You.
Yes, all right, moving on to this. Meghan Markle added another royal first to her list on Thursday when she brought her mother, Doria Ragland, to her first royal hosting event. She's really shaking things up here. Doria joined Prince Harry to support Meghan at an outdoor reception at Kensington Palace. The event was held to celebrate the new cookbook Together, which the Duchess of Sussex helped create.
It's such a good cause. The book benefits those affected by the Grenfell Tower fire tragedy. It was clear her mom was so proud of Meghan's first passion project as a royal. It's really an adorable thing.
Yes, and Doria was beaming as Meghan gave her first official royal speech to commemorate the occasion. Now, she talked for 3 minutes with lots of confidence, no notes to refer back to, already a pro.
As Meghan took her mom around to all the food stations at the luncheon to introduce her to everyone who helped put the book together, the mother-daughter duo even swapped recipe tips and tricks. It was as if they were just kind of cooking together at home.
Doria said she was grateful to, quote, put the face with the recipes after meeting everyone. It's clear she was really familiar with her daughter's project and was very happy to be involved.
Now, Doria introduced herself very casually to guests at the event. She was overheard saying, "Hi, I'm Meg's mom." So down to earth about the whole thing. She also told guests that she was, quote, head over heels about her daughter's accomplishment.
And interesting to note, Prince Harry was careful to follow several steps behind. He made small talk with guests and watched proudly as his wife took center stage. But it was clear the spotlight was on Meghan for the day and her proud mom.
After everyone finished having lunch, Meghan, Harry, and Doria were spotted taking photos with a group of the women. After the photo, Doria hugged each of the women and told them she's just as excited as they are about the cookbook's launch.
Now, Meghan's really changing things up by bringing her mom into her royal life. We've seen Kate Middleton's mom, Carol, here and there, but she's mostly stayed behind the scenes, and she's never joined her daughter on any official work appearances.
Doria definitely has a special place in the royal family already. Remember how she and Harry's father, Prince Charles, talked? They laughed like old friends at the royal wedding. It seemed like they hit it off right away.
Good. One point on Thursday, Meghan, Harry, and Doria even stood with their arms around another in a line. It seems like they've become one big family.
And Doria and Meghan have so much in common. They're both very into fitness. Her mom is a yoga instructor. We know how Meghan loves to go incognito and sneak off and Pilates classes.
We've been tracking. They have such a close bond. It's really fun to see it in action. Also, can we talk about Doria's style for a second? I love that the fashion statements she makes aren't your typical structured, polished, prim and proper.
Agreed. She's chic with her style choices, never inappropriate, a little more laid back and cool, kind of California vibes, just like Meghan.
Yeah, Meghan definitely gets a lot of characteristics from her mom, and her longtime friend and makeup artist Daniel Martin previously told People that Meghan draws a lot of strength from her mother as well.
With rumors that Doria is planning a move to London to be closer to Meghan, it seems like this will be only the start of the mother-daughter duo taking on official royal business together. We, of course, can't wait to see what else they are cooking up. Yes, bad pun.
You had to do that. All right, Ben Stiller hit the red carpet last night for a documentary screening in New York City, and he brought along a very special date, 16-year-old daughter, Ella, which I think is so, so adorable. Can you imagine having Ben Stiller as your dad?
I know, so funny. Look at the crew here. She's so grown up, too.
Ella's 16 already.
No stranger to red carpets for her, though. Her famous father has been bringing her along to events for years, from the Tribeca Film Festival to his handprints at the world-famous Chinese theater in Hollywood. She's a very lucky girl. And look, they have this incredible situation with a mom that's a star, a dad that is a star. Ben and Christine Taylor have split about a year ago, but they said that their focus is keeping the family together and the kids happy. Seems like they're doing a great job.
She looks very happy. All right, now we move on to this.
I'm Tony Caruso. You're the detective that did 7 years upstate. I was kind of a naughty cop. We laugh about that all the time.
They love him.
They don't have to live with him.
Meet Netflix's new odd couple in The Good Cop. Josh Groban is saintly as Tony, a straight-laced good cop, hence the name, who's a stickler for following the rules. While Tony Danza plays his dad, a corrupt ex-cop on parole, but with a heart of gold, of course. Now, Tony told us he had as much fun making the show as you'll have watching it. He also became one of Josh Groban's biggest fans in the process.
He's just annoying enough for the part.
You break one rule, they all break.
You ever wonder why you're not invited to more parties?
But he's terrific. He really is. I wrote him in an email the second week of the shoot. I said, Josh, I just want you to know how much I admire your work and your work ethic. And I don't presume to be the greatest judge, but I'm having a great time working with you. And it really was. Every day we just had a lot of fun. I think it's the most fun I've had acting since Who's the Boss. We tried to do a show that, other than the murder, you could sit down with your family and watch it.
Of course, we love seeing Tony Danza on our screens again in a role he loves to play. But off camera, he's been perfecting his greatest role yet, Grampy. Tony has 2 young grandsons, and as he told us, one of them is definitely following in his dramatic footsteps. Take a look.
His name is Lucas. He just turned 7, lost his first tooth the other day.
Oh,
and when he was 4, just to give you an idea of what it was like, he's in preschool, and I was babysitting for him. I made chicken cutlets, and I was cutting up the cutlets. And I said to him, Luke, so how's school? He says, terrible. I says, terrible, why? He says, the academics. He's 4 years old, so we have a character in our house, we really do.
The academics, too hard.
I love his voice so much.
All right, moving on now to the other TV and movies you need to check out in this week's People Picks.
How you doing? I'm Tony Caruso. You're the detective that did 7 years upstate. I was kind of a naughty cop. We laugh about that all the time.
They love him.
They don't have to live with him.
Josh Groban is saintly as Tony, a straight-laced good cop who's a stickler for following the rules, while Tony Danza plays his dad, a corrupt ex-cop on parole. And as Danza told us, he had as good a time making the show as we'll have watching it.
I think it's the most fun I've had acting since Who's the Boss.
You look fantastic.
I'll bet you say that to all the acute myocardial infarction survivors.
Bull is back. What you thought a heart attack was maybe going to stop this guy? No way. This determined man is going to help his clients win. Michael Weatherly is as charming as ever in the role. And when he stopped by People Now, we had to ask him about another one of his beloved characters, Tony DiNozzo. It's been a while since very special agent DiNozzo joined the NCIS team on a case, but Michael is actually working on a brand new show with Ziva David herself, Cody DePablo.
It's about a sort of familiar character to those people who know Ziva. It feels a little Ziva-like. And also, Cody and I are talking about what would it be like if we brought the Tony Ziva thing into some kind of existence in the future, too.
What does a meeting look like between you two? Do you ever butt heads? Are you always on the same page?
Oh, no. I mean, Cody will tell you you're wrong the minute you're wrong. She and my wife get along very well.
Are you saying that you're a warlock? Please teach me, please, please.
Okay, have it your way. In The House with a Clock in Its Walls, it stars Jack Black and Cate Blanchett. They are taking on the very specific movie genre of children's magical fantasy horror comedy. Wow. Very specific. The movie starts off on the lighter side, but it'll get you in the end with its genuine nightmare intensity.
This is Jennifer Lawrence in People. This is Jennifer photobombing Taylor Swift, and Sarah Jessica Parker and Liam Hemsworth, proving that while we all love the fashion of the red carpet, it's people who steal the show. People. The details make the story.
All right, guys, coming up next week, Shamar Moore is here filling us in on all things season 2 of his show SWAT. Plus, Cuba Gooding Jr. is joining us to talk about his latest project as he stars in the Broadway musical Chicago. You do not want to miss that.
Very exciting. All right, thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Vivica A. Fox. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Vivica Fox, and this is One Last Thing. The last time I was starstruck was when I went to a New York Knicks game and I ran into Cate Blanchett. Oh my God, did she take my breath away. The last song stuck in my head is by Katy Perry, Chained to the Rhythm.
Turn it up, it's your favorite song. Dance, dance, dance to the distortion.
My last splurge, I took myself and about 33 friends to Montego Bay, Jamaica to celebrate my birthday. And boy, was that bill big.